Welcome back to SportsZone. This is your favorite MLB segment, Getting to Third Base. I'm with Kristen. I'm Aviva like always. And the 2018 MLB season has officially started. They've played around 6-7 games now. So there's a lot to talk about. So in the end of spring training, we talked about ESPN did a ranking of all the teams. And we talked about the top 5 with the Astros being top, and they are still doing really good. Except for they had a mishap with their banner, but like their team is still doing really good. But the other 4 teams, the Dodgers, Yankees, Nationals, and Indians, they're not actually doing that good. The Dodgers, they're 2-6. They're still struggling with Justin Turner out with the wrist injury. He doesn't seem like he's going to be back until the end of the month, which is a big blow for that team. They have Matt Kemp. They have Kershaw. They have all Jock Peterson, who, if they do well, they could be a good team. But they're not starting well. And I guess we'll see what happens with the rest of the season. But another one was the Nationals. So, Kristen, what's happening with them?
So I think a lot of things are just not going well for the Nationals right now. They got off to a kind of a hot start against the Cincinnati Reds, but then they ran into the Braves and now the Mets, and they have not been doing well at all. Their starting pitching hasn't been terrible. Gio Gonzalez went yesterday against Steven Matz, and he did pretty well, but the bats really just have not been there for the pitching when they really need to be. Steven Strasburg pitched Thursday at the Nationals home opener, and he really didn't do that great at either. He balked in a run in the first inning, which kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. And Bryce Harper has been hitting, but he seems to only hit when it's not really a crucial time in the game. He'll hit a home run to, get them back in the game a little bit, but he really doesn't. He's not really been hitting timely, which is what the Nationals really need. So their lineup really is struggling against the Mets pitching, and we'll have to see how they do against Matt Harvey tonight. But overall, the Nationals pitching has been kind of shaky, and their lineup really hasn't been performing when they need to.
Yeah, and I think they're really missing Daniel Turner, who also is probably not going to come back until the end of the month. Daniel Murphy, sorry.
It's okay.
And then on the other side, some teams that were ranked really low on that ranking were the Pittsburgh Pirates. But they're doing really good. They're 6-2. Their pitching isn't the best, but they're still doing really good with Josh Bell at first base and Marte, who just came back from a suspension. So I guess we'll see what happens there. They're top in the NL Central, which is surprising because the Cubs, before people thought that the Cubs were going to do really well, or the St. Louis Cardinals, but the Pirates are top right now. So I guess we'll see. And another one is the Mets. So, Kristen?
Definitely the Mets have got off to a really strong start this season. Mickey Callaway, who is their new manager this year, seems to be pushing all the right buttons, putting certain people in the lineup to face certain pitchers that he knows that they're going to do well against. An example of that is Juan Lagares getting the start yesterday. He did excellent against Gio Gonzalez. He has his whole career, so it was really crucial that he was out there, not only for his bat, but for his defense as well. He threw out a runner at the plate, which was really the game-saving play in the game yesterday. Mickey Callaway is just doing all the right things, and every move that he makes seems to go in the Mets' favor. And they're doing really well. They're off to a hot start with a really good record. And we'll see if they can keep it up going forward. As I said before, Matt Harvey's getting the start tonight. This is his first big test going up against the Nationals. He won when he started in Philadelphia, or the Mets won that game, and he did a really good job, but he only went, I believe, 5 innings. Mm-hmm. He got through 5 innings. So we'll have to see if he can go a little bit further tonight. I think the Mets are going to need to see him go 6 or 7 in order to get the win tonight. So we'll see how he does. But the Mets pitching staff overall has looked really good. Jacob deGrom pitched excellent against the Nationals, and Steven Matz did great yesterday too. So we'll have to see if the rotation can keep up doing really well. And the hitters, everyone has been contributing, which is good to see for the Mets. So we'll see how they do going forward.
Yeah, and on a different note, Shohei Otani, who is everyone's been watching. He plays for the Los Angeles of Anaheim Angels, and he came from Japan. He is a pitcher and a DH for them. He has started 4 games as DH. I think he has hit 4 runs, 7 hits and he has 3 home runs. And his first start was 1 week ago, and he won, and he's pitching today. So that's a huge player for the Angels, who can be a great pitcher, but also DH and hit home runs. So I guess we'll see what happens, because I think he's a big star that everyone's watching out in LA. So that's all we have for getting to third base, and this has been SportsZone.